All right, what a day. What a day, y'all. Okay, so they're deliberating right now. I'm so excited, I don't know what to do. When Archibald got a little choked up today, when he was probably intentionally trying to get choked up, which I'm going to have to hear it and see it before I believe it. But when he was leaving the courtroom, Larry Woodcock grabbed his hand and shook it. That should have choked him up. That choked me up. What a man. What a sweet, sweet man. I just always think about when Crusha shared some pictures of JJ with me from when he was in neonatal or pediatric ICU, and he was fighting for his life. Like literally, and he was tiny. You could fit him in your hand. Fighting for his life. And won. He fought so hard. He lived. And then she took his life like that. I could never get over it. Larry's a good man. I don't know if I could have done that. Because it's almost like Archibald is taken by her or something. I mean, I don't know what it is. Maybe she's taking his storm. I don't know. Don't care. I'm sure it was emotional, as in glad it's freaking over. And he's probably hating, that he's having to represent this person, I guess. I don't know. Maybe they get used to it and it's just nothing to them. But I could never get used to that. I feel like just being on that side, you have to learn to lie and just make up a whole nother story of what didn't happen. To try to get your client off. To try to get a damn murderer off and back on the streets. What kind of freaking shit is that? I know we have to have somebody represent us. But we don't have to have somebody, we just need somebody to represent them. We don't have to have somebody just full force go out and try to get them off like this attorney that's slimy as hell. That's Kohberger's attorney, the blonde. She was Cronoodle's mother's attorney 3 times and still was her attorney when her daughter got killed. And the attorney went and got hired for Kohberger. That is a slimy attorney to me. She did get a murderer off once. Could not do it. The other thing that was really kind of funny, Uncle Rex, Lori's Uncle Rex, great uncle to Tylee and JJ. The one that is so scary how much Alex looks like. Well, it's Alex's mother, which is Lori's mother, Alex's mother's brother. So I'm not sure about his last name because Lori's mother married a Cox, and anyway. Nate Eaton asked him about how long he thought it would take to deliberate. He said, about as much time as it takes to drink a Coke. That's kind of funny. I always liked the interviews that Nate did with him because, he's part of her damn family. But he wants her to pay. He's on board with all of us knowing what she did, especially her family. Damn. So, somebody said she finally cried today in the courtroom. Like, we saw her crying. She didn't go to the bathroom and come out with a red face. And I'm telling you, y'all, the only reason this bitch is crying is because she knows she's not leaving. Those chains are going to be on her, figuratively and in reality, the rest of her damn life. Will never get paroled or capital punishment. If they ever let her out, somebody will probably kill her. When they say no chance of parole, I hope that means no chance of parole ever. Damn, I had to try to get my damn bird to be quiet. Other thing, I quit smoking 14 years ago. I was trying to put him on the bed. He jumped and fluttered, and because he can't really fly right now, knocked my damn whole glass of ice water that I just fixed, I don't care about that part, all over my dresser, on my floor, down the dresser, on my books, broke two of my, oh God, this sounds like how Lori was explaining the zombie that wasn't. It broke two by falling of my clay things that my kids made when they were little. I'm gonna have to glue their heads back on. I'm trying to remember what the hell I was gonna say. 14 years ago I stopped smoking. Just like that. I was pregnant. I found out I was pregnant and it's quit. That easy for me. Any other time I'd have made excuses and been like, well, it's just when I'm drinking coffee or alcohol or just ate or just left work. So, because I never really smoked more than a couple of packs a week, okay? It was social smoking mainly. But depending on, stress and stuff, I might smoke more. Anyway, when I got pregnant with Nicholas, I quit cold turkey. And thank God something changed. Well, not thank God that something changed in my hormones, but thank God whatever it was that changed in my hormones, which we found out I had a thyroid issue. I thought I was dying. I literally, when the doctor called me back to tell me what it was, I was like, I'm dying, aren't I? She goes, no, but I bet you feel like you are. And I'm like, hell yeah, I feel like I'm dying. So it was my thyroid. Took care of that. But after I had him, I never craved one again. Still to this day, have not craved one until this damn trial. And I don't think I could even smoke a full-fledged real cigarette. But I did go and get one of those damn pina colada tasting things. And I know they're bad for you too. I know. I told my daughter, who has asthma, not to do that. But I needed something. I'm not going to drink in the middle of the damn day or in the morning. So yeah, that was my vice during this trial. It really only started last week. I guess it helped me cope. I don't know. I'm just so thankful it's over. Almost over. Because I'm not getting shit done at home. And it's evident. And my daughter's coming in tomorrow. And I always I don't care if it's my mom, my daughter, somebody else's mom. I don't care. Everything got to be clean. Like clean. Like a spring clean. Okay? Like totally clean the bathrooms. Totally dust everything. Clean the floors. I just can't have somebody coming over here thinking that I'm doing what I'm doing. Sitting and watching the damn trial all day. So yesterday, I spent 4 hours in my husband's closet. It was disgusting. And I might have lost a couple of pounds. I was sweating so much, but I got it done. So I got the guest bedroom ready, which is where his closet is. That's where my daughter will sleep, and I may sleep in there with her. I don't know. Very proud of myself for that. Then today, right after I dropped off my son, I went and got my car washed. And when I vacuum my car after I get it washed, I vacuum it for an hour. I get every damn piece of sand or hair out of it. But never, ever before today have I had as much hair in my car as I saw. White little chihuahua hair. That damn dog can just bark and all his hair goes poof. My dressers, my floors, everything. I literally have to dust mop 3 or 4 times a day in the den, in my bedroom. Because I move Coco into the kitchen, into the living room for daytime. And then about this time, I have to move him in here because he sees my son and he starts screaming bloody murder. He gets on his cage with his beak and he goes back and forth like he's pissed. So I have to bring him in here in my bedroom. I use those little wood chips for his poop and stuff, so they go flying everywhere. Plus, I have the white chihuahua. Now, my dog, a multi-poo, you'd have to rip a hair off of him to come off. So I'm not used to this shit. It's a problem for me. But I know it's temporary. Everywhere I go with this dog, everybody wants him. He's a little escape artist, too. I bought a whole brand new fence, but somehow he finds a way. But lately he hasn't gotten out, thank God. I may have to go get something to drink, though. It's time that it would be, okay to have a drink. So I may have to do that, but the only reason I thought that it might take more than the time to drink a Coke is because they had like 30-something things they have to answer. Specifically answer. And I'm pretty sure every one of them's like, check, 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 check. I bet everybody pretty much agrees. I'd have expected them to... Maybe they've come back and we're just not going to know till tomorrow. But that would be cruel. I mean, don't they make you stay in there until you come to an agreement? And something I read earlier was like Boyce and nobody else will even know each juror's answer until he asks each one of them individually when they're out in the courtroom. And I'm like, don't they have to share that shit with each other in the deliberation room? Like, they all have to agree, don't they? Like, every one of them. Or is it just like one cannot agree? I've always thought they all had to be in agreement. I can't imagine that they're not. Even Lori's family can't imagine that they're not. Every person that Nate interviewed, like, she's going down. I mean, nobody likes her. Everybody sees through her, obviously. Now, I don't know how many of those people have been following the case, because honestly, like, Rex, the uncle, he may not have even known shit about this until Lori finally got arrested, And I don't know how much an uncle's going to go research, so he may have learned just about everything in the trial. And he's like, she's going down. So, and he said, as a family, we've talked about it. We know that's probably how it's going to go. And that's where she needs to be. That's where she needs to be. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Great. She was maybe a good mother. That ended the day her kids died. And her husband and somebody else's wife. So you can talk about how good somebody is all you want to. I used to be bad. Now I'm good. I don't want to talk about when I used to be bad. So, oh God, but when Archibald said, Lori wants to go back to being a good mom. Did he think about that? Did he think that went through? Or did that just come out? I heard she looked pissed off after Archibald's argument. And after Archibald's argument, I'm not going to say I agree with her, but damn, I wouldn't even doubt it if they tried to get specialists or witnesses and they just couldn't. Everybody was like, I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. That bitch needs to burn. Even a specialist, he might agree that something about the damn hair or something about the GPS. The only reason that bitch was crying is because she knows she's not leaving. She's not leaving jail. She's going to real prison now. I wonder if they're going to put her in a prison like in Utah or Idaho, or like ship her off somewhere else. I don't know if they have a hard-ass prison where she is. I don't know. She needs to be in a hard-ass prison. 4 murders? That bitch needs to be up in there with all the gangsters. And they can just beat each other up and shit. She can be a barber in the prison. She can sing all she wants to. She can dance all she wants to without her mirrors. And she can keep reading her damn stupid D&C and Mormon Bible because it obviously isn't working. She might need to reconsider, another one. Maybe the original. That'd be cool. I really think that that's what's messed so many people up. Is just when you put a a human between you and God. They're holy, and you need to go through them to even have a relationship with God. It's just not ever going to be. Yeah, I just think that's always an issue. It's just like with the Catholics. They have always wanted control of making everybody be this or that. So be Catholic and do what we say. There's still that man that's holier than thou between you and God, and he can actually absolve your sins, and you will not go to heaven unless you pay him and convert. God would never say that. Matter of fact, in the Bible, he doesn't say that you have to be anything except believe that he is the Son of God and that he died and rose again on the third day, was nailed to the cross and died for our sins. Now, I'm not saying that's the way it should be, and I believe in all that 100%. I'm not saying that. I just know from the book, from reading it, that's what it says. It doesn't say you got to be Mormon, Catholic, purple, nothing, okay? And that sounds like God to me. That sounds like a God or a Father who cares about you. He's not telling you you have to be anything, and he certainly doesn't want a man between you and him. And since I got my son's dog over here, the little Chihuahua, my Maltipoo decided he needs to mark his territory all the time. So now we're trying to put him in the kitchen when we leave, which he's got plenty of room, plenty of food, plenty of water, treats, toys, kennel. This dog is rotten, okay? But most of the time, he's in the car with me when I leave. This is only when I can't take him somewhere, which he goes with me to take my son to school, to pick my son up. Only time he doesn't go with me is the grocery store, which if I could take his ass in, I would. I would take him to the beach with me if my husband would let. But he is a barker, so I can't. Now I want to take my damn bird, though, because I think he would love the beach. I could, put his little leash on him and put him on my sun chair, and he could just chill at the ocean. My husband won't let me do that either because he's a yeller. He's a screamer. I'm like, we can just put him on the balcony. But even when we put him on the back patio, neighbors will call and stuff, and they're like, shut your bird up. I'm like, shut your pie hole. What about the other birds? Why is it just my bird? Because he's fucking loud. Anyway, excuse my French. Can you tell I'm just trying to be patiently waiting, and I'm just then when my husband gets home, he's like, I'll try to casually mention what's going on in the trial today, and he's like, oh, okay.